Nicolai has been quite advanced on that right-hand side, which is why he had a bit of a problem for the first 20-30 minutes. Rafinha was running down the side of him. And again, you can see Nicolai going in tight on Balde.
To be quick there, Rafinha bearing down on him. Did Daniel Vivian. Quick look at Nico Williams. At what point do we see him? He just picked up a little niggle in training in the build-up to this game. Held out by Ernesto Valverde, but certainly will be chomping at the bit. That's a good move inside, and the shot from Lamine Yamal always heading wide of the far post.
Yeah, he just had to slightly rush it here. As the two challenges came in, you can see he doesn't really get any whip on it. All tightened up for him. Great to see him back.
Yeah, he was on the score sheet in August when these two teams met in La Liga action. He was also on the score sheet this time a year ago. These two teams met in the Copa del Rey at San Mamés in Bilbao, and Athletic won by 4-2. As I mentioned in the first half, they have had the better of things in cup meetings between these two clubs in recent seasons. Winners of 4 of the last 5. Been a very different story in La Liga, where Barcelona have dominated. Now, first time ball for Lewandowski, and not for the first time tonight. Unai Simon having to come way out. It's a good clearance, almost. Turned defence into attack there, but Berenguer, I think, was injured, chasing after that clearance, and he stays down.
On first viewing, Unai Simon does, as you said, comes out, just clears it forward, and Kubasi. Does he just clipped his heel, maybe? Certainly an accident. Oh, he just stands on his Achilles. Pure accident. Just watch here, there's the right foot.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for the referee to see whether that was a foul or not. It happened very quickly. Of course, Berenguer suggested it should have been a foul.
Well, it's one of those, Stuart, that even though it's inadvertent from Kubasi, it doesn't hurt any less, does it?
Absolutely not.
That's a good-looking ball again for Rafinha, who's in a lot of space. Has time, Rafinha closing in, but unable to add a finish. It's a great approach work.
Well, that's what I was talking about in the first half and just at the start of the second half. Lekaway is high up the field, and it leaves a lot of space for Rafinha to run down the side of Vivian. And he cut back onto his slightly weaker right foot. Not sure that Lewandowski and Yamal were particularly pleased he cut back onto his right foot. Haven't seen enough of that man, Unai Gomez. There's the ball play, brilliant ball as well. Look at the space that Rafinha's got. Vivian's trying to get out there. Hasn't quite got the legs. There's no real legs on the shot. He kicks it into the ground as Rafinha.
Well, add that to the chances that have come and gone for the Brazilian, who's been in the best goal-scoring form of his career, and by some wide margin. Thus far with 17 goals. Lamine Yamal delighting the crowd with a couple of nifty moves, and the inevitable yellow card coming the way of Berenguer.
Brilliant skill. Stops there, then goes again. Chiche is beaten, and then Berenguer just sticks out his right leg and brings him down.
It was pretty simple analysis, wasn't it, to suggest that Barcelona's decline in November and December had something to do with Lamine Yamal not being as available.
Six goals. Just got a yellow card.
Yeah. Rafinha too close to Unai Simon, who's the grateful recipient. And even though the pace of goal scoring slackened for those front three for Barcelona, run into Christmas, it's still fearsome numbers when you look at the three of them. In all competitions, Robert Lewandowski, 25 goals, Rafinha, 7. Yamal 6, but he has 12 assists as well.
Gomez made a run to try and break the offside line, but he made it far too early there.
Yamal picking up, running into congested territory. Inigo Martinez winning it back definitively, and now Lamine Yamal has broken through. Can he finish? Yes, he can! Picking up where he left off. His first action in 3.5 weeks, and back on the score sheet.
Exactly what Ali Moreno was talking about. Barcelona, when they scored their first goal, winning the ball back in a good area. Just here, they win it back. Martinez with the challenge, and from then, they were always in danger. He's just onside, as you can see. Defenders too square, looking up the pitch. Great first touch. This time, with another couple of touches, just sets himself up and beats Unai Simon at the near post. Really good play from Yamal, but also good winning of the ball back by the centre-half, Martinez. Barcelona make the most of it.
And it brings a smile to the face of the 17-year-old. Another goal to add to his growing collection. You said it, Stuart. What a touch to set himself up for the finish.
I think he's just looking at his watch thinking, how much longer can I play him for? Hansi Flick. A little word with him as well.
Well, he suggested it may only be 60 minutes, didn't he, in the pre-game interview? And perhaps Lamine Yamal knew that, as the goal is just being confirmed.
And of course, it was being checked
never in any doubt.
Offside.
Yeah. So, Gabi after 17 minutes, and Lamine Yamal after about 7 of the second half. And now Rafinha and Lewandowski! Well, how did he not score?
Just look at the pace. We're not going to quite see it there from Rafinha. To get to the ball before it went out of play was brilliant. Here's the goal again. Martinez has made the challenge. There's the line. One player's racing forward, the other player is looking up the pitch, too square. He's never going to catch Yamal back up. And there's the finish, a really good one. Beyond Unai Simon. Makes it very difficult for Athletic Club to come back into the game now.
Those two Spanish national heroes from the summer staring each other. A couple of saves to make in one-on-one situations, nothing he could do to stop Yamal.
Luis Garcia at half-time talk about Athletic Club being quite themselves with their closing down, a bit lacklustre. He's absolutely right. Here's that pace from Rafinha, cuts the ball back, almost inch perfect for Lewandowski. I think he saw the goalkeeper coming and maybe just lost sight of it.
Well, despite his eye-watering numbers. There was a feeling Lewandowski hadn't quite been himself over the month leading up to the Christmas break. He seemed to be back, didn't he, with a couple of goals in the Copa del Rey, albeit against Barbastro. How much longer does Ernesto Valverde wait, Stuart?
All eyes on that man, Nico Williams. He was the talk of the summer, wasn't he? He was brilliant in the European Championships for Spain.
The question is, will we get Nico Williams on the pitch at the same time as Lamine Yamal, the two teammates? One set to enter as the other departs, perhaps. Well, it's an onerous task for sure now for Athletic Bilbao, but they'll certainly take heart from some of the late game collapses Barcelona endured pre-Christmas break, as there's no collapse there from Casado. Another well-timed sliding intervention.
Well, Casado hasn't got a great deal of pace. Berenguer looked as though he got away from him, and then he slowed himself down, just allowed the Barcelona midfield player to get the challenge in.
That's their fifth corner of the night, Athletic Bilbao. Again, as most of the previous examples showed, the near post area was their target, and Berenguer will set up and do it again. This time they work it short, looking for a better angle of delivery. Berenguer delivers it. Koundé touching it behind.
So it's the biggest back four in the defensive line that Barcelona could have. But Koundé did well just to get a head on it. I think we are going to see Nico Williams.
It's Unai Gomez this time, feeding in the corner. The attempt to get it back to him was just a gift to Rafinha, who pounced and then tried to release Lewandowski. Only a clearance half away. Yamal is on it. Well, he was awaiting the ball from Balde, and it didn't quite reach him thanks to the efforts of that man.
He's looking for Yamal on the other side of the pitch. Balde, the player that broke forward at pace. Good counter from Barcelona. And Giza, the player that got himself back into a good position.
Now Rafinha, Barcelona looking for what could be a knockout punch here in this semi-final. Rafinha is trying to clip it delicately. And now they'll need to hustle back the long clearance. As Szczesny going on a little adventure, but able to recover.
Goalkeepers aren't always the greatest at judging those balls that are played over the top, and he made a real mess of that to start with, Szczesny. Didn't really mean for it to go over his head.
No, I imagine that probably wasn't the plan, was it, when he came on this line? And Unai Simon has spent plenty of time outside of his own penalty area as well. That more orthodox from the Spanish number one as we approach the hour mark here in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. Barcelona in great shape. To face the winner of Real Madrid against Mallorca in the second semi-final tomorrow. That final played here on Sunday. You can see it on ABC. Great work again in midfield. Pedri, Gabi, Casado, they've all been in top form. Mr. Valverde's been trying to make a switch, hasn't he, for a while? I think he's going to get the chance to do so now. Or when the ball next goes out of play. So too Hansi Flick.
Looks like Fermin Lopez is ready to come on. You'd imagine that will be for Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
He's around about the... Not sure whether he's going to play 45 or 60 minutes. He's now played 61 minutes.
Yeah. German punctuality, Stuart, from the manager.
A minute late.
Hey, by UK standards, that's more than on time. I think we're going to see Mikel Vesca come on alongside Nico Williams for Athletic. Fermin Lopez waiting in the wings too as Barca continue to build. Gavi helping it on. Rafinha going for goal. This time with the left foot and dragging it across the face. And now the switches can happen.
Well, if it had dragged it a little bit, Lewandowski, a good effort from Rafinha. Here come those substitutions you were talking about.
Yeah, it's actually going to be 3 of them now for Athletic, with Oscar De Marcos also coming on. So Nico Williams replacing Guruzeta. Prados is the man to make way for Vesca.
Marcos will go in at right back. Straight shot with Lekue.
And Lamine Yamal, who grabbed this second goal early in the second half. He's the one to allow Fermin Lopez onto the pitch.
It's been that the Rafinha will come to the right-hand side. Fermin Lopez will go to the left.
Yeah, Fermin been used primarily off the bench this season. He's tended to do better in his Champions League outings than he has in La Liga. He played a big part in their wins against Bayern Munich and against Borussia Dortmund. His form has been more spotty domestically as Kubasi headed it only half away, and Szczesny forced to step up and make the save from the substitute Vesca. It was his first touch of the ball.
Well, he has got a good left foot, Vesca. Look at this. Strikes it really nicely, a little bit too nicely, straight at Szczesny.
And another shot from distance. Same end results. This time it was how Reggies are.
And a nice clean strike, but a nice height and straight in front of the goalkeeper's face. So Szczesny.
Fermin Lopez making his first contribution. Inigo Martinez striving to get it clear. Well, pretty good night's work on his return to first team action. He looked pretty good, Stuart. Like that ankle was bothering him too much. The one he injured back in mid-December against Leganés.
No, he played well. Maybe not as sharp as he might have been, but still looked a top-class player, didn't he? Well taken. Second goal for Barcelona as well.
So what can Nico Williams do for that man, Ernesto Valverde, to haul his team back into contention here up against Of course, the club that very publicly tried to acquire his services this past summer and still remain very interested. There are plenty of interested parties, Stuart. Names of Arsenal and Chelsea been added to a growing list in recent weeks. A chance to combine with his brother here, perhaps. It is Nico Williams who gets on it inside the penalty area, but the layoff didn't quite work. Cross finds its way to Iñaki Williams. Needed to take a touch to control, and then, well, he was offside in any case.
It's a nice ball bent in. As you can see, 3 or even 4 players offside, but the player it went to, Iñaki Williams, was definitely offside.
Inch perfect for Rafinha, who helps it on. Koundé was already anticipating. He can't quite control the awkward bounce of the ball.
He's been excellent, Inigo Martinez, on the aerial challenge against Iñaki Williams. It's him that made the initial interception, or the good challenge for the second goal, the beginning of it. And he's made some good decisions when to drop off and when to squeeze up.
Yeah. And there's a feeling that Inigo Martinez may be amongst the most underrated centre-backs in all of European football.
I think he was another player at the beginning of the season that everybody thought wasn't really going to get a career at Barcelona. Last season didn't get too much playing time. Because of the injuries, he's been thrust into the team and he's done a very good job.
That was one of Juan Laporta's better signings. Didn't cost any money, did he? Which helped. Free transfer from Athletic Bilbao 2 summers ago.